Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over my shinies for Charmander Community Day, as well as talking about why they haven't released the starters for Gen 8 and are just skipping right into Gen 9. We got a couple of different theories here, so we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Let's see what we have going on here, but first, let's go ahead and see how I did for Charmander Community Day. It was pretty good. I actually took Athena downtown for the first time ever and walked around with her, and you know, she was a good girl. She was pretty good. So there was that. I wasn't grinding as hard as I usually do. With that said, let's go ahead and just get right into this right about now and see. We have, what was that? 13 shinies there? 13 or 15. I did not tap on a single one, okay? I literally used the Go Plus the entire time. My son's account Go Plus almost a Shundo. It was a 98. It was a 15, 15, 14. Shiny. I couldn't believe it. And then right after that, he Go Plus another regular, not shiny, 98 Charmander. I was like, what's going on here? So we had 15 shinies. Great. Now, I would have had 8 million Stardust by now, but I was spending quite a bit of it during Community Day for the stupid power-up things that we need to do. I mean, they're not stupid, but I was powering up expensive things. So like 80,000 Stardust for 10 power-ups because they were into the XL territory or getting close. Alrighty, so I'm loaded with Charizards now. There's many different combinations. I need to go through these and see which ones are going to be the better ones. I just wanted to evolve as many as I could, at least the ones that were PvP IV ranked, and I'll sort them out to which ones are better. Yes, I wasted candy, but it was all about the grind at the time, and I didn't want to check which one ranked higher than this one. Oh, the IVs, and waste time while the Stardust was sitting there, and I can grind it out. So we're looking pretty good. We've got tons of them, legacies and everything. Now, there is going to be the thing where, you know, you can evolve into Charizard X and Y. So you're going to hunt different moves for that. And for that, I made another Charizard, which was 98. I caught it today, and it will have Dragon Breath as well as Blast Burn, 2 Community Day moves in one. And that way, we're going to be able to maybe one day power that one up for Charizard X, because Charizard X, when it evolves into its Mega, it is going to be picking up its Dragon typing and keeping the Fire while losing the Flying. And then the Charizard Y is going to be keeping the same type as the regular Charizard. That's why you want the Fire Quick move on that potentially. Or you can go with the Legacy Wing Attack, which is going to be probably the best quick move that you're going to have on it. Although Ember is another interesting legacy that you could roll with, but it does have Fire Spin. The choice is yours. There's many different combinations that you can do with Charizard. That's why it is such an awesome Pokemon now. Okay, now speaking of awesome Pokemon, let's go ahead and get into the good stuff here. All right, now let's talk about the Gigantamax Pokemon. All right, I'm going to Gigantamax there. I have this habit of wanting to crouch, but now I'm just going to sit up straight. All right, I kind of want the voice to go straight into the mic, not on top of it. Maybe I need to readjust that next time. All right, anyways, so Gigantamax Pokemon, if you're not familiar, this is where, look, each generation they come out with, they're bringing out a gimmick, and they're getting worse and worse as the generations do come out, except I'm gonna have to say, this snipe, that snipe, oh my gosh, Mawile just got sniped. That's pretty cool. Now, these Gigantamax modes are pretty awesome. At first, I was thinking they were ridiculous. I didn't like it, but newer generations are bringing out newer gimmicky things. For the newest Gen 9, what is it? Terraforming or so? What? I don't know what the hell they call it. You can change your type and get stabbed from that type, even if you're not that type. I don't like it, but whatever. I heard it's really good and people like it. I heard it, so it's cool. You do what you got to do. But they come out with these gimmicks, and this was for Gen 8, and that is going to be Gigantamaxing. So as you can see here, there are going to be Pokemon that you're probably not familiar with if you do not follow the mainline games or the cards. So I've seen them before, but I'm not familiar with all of them. But let's talk about Gigantamax. So this was inspired by raids. Let's not get this twisted. I'm pretty sure this was inspired by raids from Pokemon Go. It blew up, and then the Pokemon Company took a lot of inspiration from Pokemon Go and implemented it into their games. So this is what we have here. Now, they also have raids, quite literally raids in the main games. I haven't done any of it. None of it. None. Not one bit, because I know I'm going to get obsessed and start playing the hell out of it and want to make a team, a new one. So Gigantamax, how's this going to work? It's going to probably be like a raid style deal. And will we be able to Gigantamax our own Pokemon? That is the question. All right. So we could Mega Evolve, right? They haven't bring out all the different features from other generations yet. Mega was something that I knew they were just not going to pass up on. It's way too good to not. Look at Venusaur, by the way. Look at, oh my gosh, I love that thing. Charizard, here you go. Community Day. This is where it's at right here. Now, if we were able to Gigantamax, I don't know how that would work. It would probably only be within the raids and not in the Go Battle League whatsoever. But who knows if they will introduce it, or if we're even going to get Gigantamax Pokemon. I do believe this is one of the reasons why they haven't introduced Gen 8 yet, because they're waiting, holding off on potentially bringing them out with this feature as well and introduce them like that, because it was the generation where this Gigantamax was introduced, and the starters would be a good introduction to that, I suppose. I don't know. That's just the thought. This all can be whatever. Now, I was a lot more solid on the Mega Evolutions coming into Pokemon Go, but as far as these ones here, now that's, you know, a little something different, but I could see it happening. Now, it would, I don't know, it'd just be a lot harder raid. That's essentially what it would be. An extremely hard raid. You thought Shadow Raids were hard. They might even up the lobby for these. So, yeah, I mean, say they're just that hard. They made it like, I know if you're a rural player or have nobody in your area, you're thinking to yourself, no, don't come out with that harder raids. The bigger lobbies. I've never seen a lobby full of 20 people in my city before, let alone a bigger lobby. That sounds insane. Well, they don't give a damn, do they? They don't really care. They care. Here's your one Pokespawn. Yeah. And here's your box with 3 Pokeballs and maybe 2 Pokeballs and a berry. Okay, so take it and be happy. And you know how it goes. So that's maybe how it could be introduced. As far as us being able to Gigantamax, I don't know. What would be the point of this then? What would be the point of this Gigantamaxing? Better items, more fun, a new feature for harder raids, and greater rewards. I don't know. Greater rewards. That's what I can see. Maybe higher chance of shiny Pokemon. Maybe they'll introduce that newer shiny that they have going on with the like squares and stars that pop up instead. I have a feeling they'll do that, because guess what? That's a whole nother market. Once they've covered a lot of the shinies, guess what's going to happen? We're still, you know, many years into that, and they're going to take their sweet time. I'm sure they have it mapped out perfectly to last years and years to come. But if they do introduce that, that's a whole nother line of shinies that we have to hunt if they do introduce those new line shinies. But Gigantamax, definitely an option on the table here. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually do it ourselves, but if we did, we probably would accumulate a special candy on the side that we can't get now. Gigantamax energy, something like that. But I could see it happening. What if they, I don't know, I don't want to say they would like drop elite TMs, because they wouldn't do that. There's no fat chance. Unless they introduce these Gigantamax raids kind of like they do for the raid days, or for Regielect or Regidrago, things like that, right? Hoopa Unbound, where you have to gather, and it kind of spawns after like 24 hours. The timer's going down. Everybody's kind of talking in chats and organizing when we're going to meet up and whatnot. And if there were just very few of them, that would be interesting. I could see that being fun, but they had to have some sort of crazy good reward, because when you beat a Gigantamax Pokemon, I mean, I guess it could stay Gigantamax, but I don't see that ever happening. And then if anything, it would just shrink down into its regular form, kind of like what Omega does. So I don't know. It really depends on depends on the items. I think that's what it's mainly going to come down to. But just want to talk about that really quick and just give you my thoughts on Gigantamax Pokemon and why they may have skipped Gen 8. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to tell you straight up why they probably really skipped it. It was simply to promote this game. But they have been holding off on that. They released Gen 8 Pokemon, but not the starters. See? Yeah, there you go. That might be a little something. But yeah, you know, again, they use Pokemon Go as a promotional item tool for the main games of Pokemon. It's kind of like, you know, the front liner of distributing information as far as the normies are concerned. I'm just saying, you get what I'm... There's people who never even give it a damn about Pokemon before, heard about it and only knew Pikachu. They picked it up because they enjoy it, and it's a fun game for them. So they have no idea what the main series games are about. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.